There is a dog in Perth, Australia that is smarter than all of us and just the best dog there ever was. So local academic Dr. Olivia Doll, also known as Staffordshire Terrier Ollie, sits on the editorial boards of 7 international medical journals and has just been asked to review a research paper on the management of tumors. Now you must be wondering, how can this dog read? Oh my gosh, what a gifted and talented dog. Well, a little bit more about Dr. Doll's background. They are a senior lecturer at the Subiaco College of Veterinary Science, and they also have a past associate of the Shenton Park Institute for Canine Refuge Studies. You guys might be picking this up now. It's a dog. It's kind of a scam, but it's for a good reason. Okay, so Ollie's owner is a veteran public health expert named Mike Daube, and he decided to test how carefully some journals scrutinize their editorial reviewers by inventing Dr. Doll and making up her credentials. So the whole Shenton Park Institute for Canine Refuge Studies is just a shout out to her earlier life in a dog shelter, and all this other stuff is totally made up. Her background, all the different boards she served on, it's absolutely false. However, the 5-year-old dog has managed to trick a number of publications that specialize in drug abuse, psychiatry, respiratory medicine into appointing her to their editorial boards. I don't know how this happened, but she has been published in several journals and on their websites. And the photo that they use of her is actually just a photo of Kylie Minogue, which is great.
With glasses.
With glasses, yes. A photo of Kylie Minogue with glasses is the face of, because maybe that's how Dr. Doll feels like, if I was a human, I would look like Kylie, you know? Ignore that happened, that's my dog voice. Dr. Doll's owner is very surprised that no one has caught on to this tomfoolery, this trickery, if you will, because Dr. Doll's listed research interests are, some of them include the benefits of abdominal massage for medium-sized canines, and the role of domestic canines in promoting optimal mental health in aging males. Which is, it's
actually probably a decent study.
Right, but it's so thinly veiled. I can't believe no one's caught on to this.
They may as well have called her Dr. Dog.
Yeah, Dr. Dog. So the owner, Professor Daube, says, while this started as something lighthearted, I think it's important to expose shams of this kind which prey on the gullible, especially young or naive academics and those from developing countries. Now, Dr. Doll, for her part, did refuse to comment. This article says, unless she was taken for walkies. And I hate when people just say you're taking your dog for a walk.
But that's an Australian thing.
I gotcha, I take it back. Take them for walkies.
Australia.
Yeah, apologies. I love this story. This is maybe my favorite story that I've seen in a long time.
What a good dog.
Because we've covered a lot of studies on this show, and I am cynical about many things, and I'm often cynical about the research methods and how comprehensive peer-reviewed articles are. And this sort of made me think I was right this whole time. You know what I mean? Because you wonder with a lot of these studies, like who is really reviewing this? Who is serving on the board here? Is this someone's term paper, or is this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much are people really doing their due diligence and doing this research? And this is a funny way of someone sort of exposing how a lot of academic research is, it's not as detail oriented as we would hope when we report on it.
I do want to know what art, because he would have had to write these articles, right, to get them published. It's not just a paw print on a page scanned in.
That is an interesting follow-up. So I'm not sure. I think that he probably did have to do some work on behalf of Dr. Doll.
He probably did a bunch of studies that turned out to be super legit.
But I think
and now they're published.
Yeah, we've probably covered some of Dr. Doll's research on the show. I think that probably what happened is that Professor Daube had to turn in some work here and there and just couldn't believe that no one was verifying who they were.
And no one was like, is that Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, no one was like, isn't that
glasses?
Kylie Minogue in glasses? So I understand how they might have gotten away with this for this far, but I would hope that the baseline when assembling a team of researchers or people to serve on a board, like a Skype interview.
Well, the other thing that got me when I watched the video of this was that they were these young academics get these emails every day that are shams, trying to get them to publish their work. And I'm like, I have never experienced that ever.
Okay, to be fair, we are not in that field.
We're not in that field at all, but we write, no one's ever hey, do you want to be published in anything,
Yeah,
I'd
but that's
be like,
because we don't write that stuff that people would want published, which has become very obvious when I submit things.
That's true.
So I think that maybe if we were in the science and health field, then maybe it's something that we could relate to more.
I guess I'm just wondering what the benefit of even having like a fake or not credible academic journal is. You know, like are people citing that source? Like, does that bring them some weirdo pleasure? Like, what is?
I think that I don't know if it's weirdo pleasure, but it would give you a sort of validation that you can put on your resume if you get published somewhere.
That's true.
I think that that's what it is. It's more of a. It's like the next ladder up. It's the next ring in the ladder. Is this an expression? It could not be. Rung, it's the next rung in the ladder where, you know, okay, you're a young academic, you really want to get published, but you don't know enough people in your field. So you're
to know what
what
publication is respected and legitimate.
And also you can put out, you know, sort of a call on, you know, maybe some sort of platforms or forums, like I'm looking for people to help me with this study.
Yeah.
And anyone can sort of write in, okay, cool, we got this team ready to go, and then we can submit our research.
Yeah.
So I think it's just this guy, and I salute him for doing it in such a funny and lighthearted way. Basically saying, let's make sure that we, within the scientific and the health community, are working as hard as we can to make sure that all the information we are presenting to the dumb public is credible and well-researched and thorough and comprehensive. And so I like this. I love that it is a Staffordshire Terrier because I have a pit. I call him a pit bull, call it whatever. I have a pit bull, an American Staffordshire.
Who's also a scientist.
Who is also a scientist named Casper. And I'm sorry my dog voice came out so much in this story, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What do you think about this story? Do you think that Professor Daube went about exposing the scientific research community in a lighthearted way, or do you think this was a little mean-spirited? How cute do you think dogs are? Do you have a dog voice? I want to hear all about it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we will see you next time on Pop Trigger.